Good evening. This is Weekdays with Wendy, and I'm reading to you from the Love Your Neighbor, No Exceptions daily calendar. And today's reading is a quote from Nelson Mandela. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's own chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. When I thought of this, obviously, this exemplified the life of Nelson Mandela after he was released from prison. He spent the rest of his life trying to enhance the freedom of others. But I also think this was a hallmark of another hero of mine, and that's Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was born into slavery in the U.S., and she suffered the brutal realities of it. She saw two of her sisters sold, and she lost contact with them. Her mother was sold away for a time, and again, she lost contact for a while with her mother. She was brutally beaten and suffered a head injury as a young girl that would cause severe headaches that she would suffer from for the rest of her life. When the opportunity came, she took it and she escaped to the north. Now, she appreciated her freedom, but she was homesick for her family, and so she went back to the South to secure the release and freedom of her family members. And as she would deliver them into freedom, she could have made a choice at any time to stay in safety. As she went back into the South, her life was in danger. Any escaped slave would typically endure the worst punishment. They would be beaten to the point of death, and their deaths would serve as an example to discourage other slaves from trying to escape. But for Harriet Tubman, she had a devout faith, and she understood her freedom was a gift from God, and that gift was meant to not only be a blessing for her life, but be used in such a way as to enhance the freedom of others. Over the course of 10 years, Harriet Tubman would venture back into the South 19 times, and her daring journeys would rescue more than 300 slaves and bring them into freedom. Now, with each trip back down into the South to rescue slaves, the risk just compounded more and more because her legend grew. People began to know that it was her rescuing the slaves, and so they put out rewards on her head. Everyone was looking for her. Everyone was trying to find her, and if they found her, it would have been terrible. And so with each subsequent trip, she risked all the more, and yet she trusted in God and had an undying belief that she was safe in God's protection and devoted to enhance the freedom of others. While none of us experienced the kind of situation that Harriet Tubman faced, our lives should be about enjoying the freedoms that we've been given and seeking an enhanced freedom for others. What are the ways that you and I can enhance freedom for other people? What are the ways that we can make a difference in this world? By the way we act, by the way we talk, by the purchases we make, by ensuring freedom and justice for others. Let's make sure that the freedoms that we are grateful for are those that we're fighting for in the lives of others. Have a great night.